So I woke up this morning like everyone else, and turns out Will Smith smacked the hell out of Chris Rock. Now, my thoughts on this whole thing, was he out of line and everything like that? And I honestly tell you the truth, Will Smith was out of line. Okay, Will Smith was out of line. Let's think about this for a minute. You know how Chris Rock is. You know exactly how Chris Rock is. Every time he does one of these, Oscar things or whatever, he's always going to sit there and poke fun at someone, make jokes, whatever. That's just who he is and what he does. Um, and so, him coming at Jada, it's like him coming at everyone else. Now, if he knew, and this is what a lot of people are saying, if he knew what Jada was going through, he wouldn't have said what he said. Okay, so when Will Smith walked up to him and, assaulted him, because let's be honest, everyone's sitting there like, oh, he just, what? No, let's be very clear about that. When he walked up there and he assaulted him, and then was like, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth, this, that, and the third, he stood there acting like he knew exactly what wound up happening. He acted like Chris Rock knew her condition and said what he said anyway. Now, if everything was different and he knew what Jada was going through, then I think that more people would have probably been on his side as far as, him put him in his place. No one would have really had a problem with that, but the problem was he didn't know. And he's a comedian. It's not like the first. I mean, come on now. You're gonna sit there and tell me he's never actually watched a Chris Rock special or anything like that, where he joked at the audience or whatever, and he's laughed. And from what I understand, he started laughing the first time until he saw the look on Jada's face, and then he walked up there and wound up hitting him. Now, the Oscars is they're deciding on, should they have scored him out, should they have, let him accept the award and stuff like that. And let's just look at this whole thing for a minute. If this was anybody else, not Will Smith, this was anybody else, and they did what they did to Chris Rock, they would have had them escorted out of there. They probably would actually have police right then and there. But because it was Will Smith and he was accepting the award towards a movie, which to be honest, I was never gonna watch. But whatever. For him to sit there and accept an award, regardless of the situation, it, I mean, it played a lot of bias. It played a lot of privilege. I didn't press charges because that's just probably not who he is, and he looked at it like he was defending his wife and everything like that, and then people were still sitting there applauding him for defending his wife. I have no problem with him defending his wife. I have a problem with him taking a joke out of context that he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't know what was going on. And for him to sit there and put hands on him like that, it's like, bro, if you act like if you weren't Will Smith and there was somebody else doing that, they would have been in jail. They would have been in jail. I applaud him for defending his wife, but there was, you know what I'm saying? There was so many other ways he could have went about it. There was so many other ways he could have went about it. Now I woke up and I was sitting there watching CBS with Gail and two other people. I have no idea who they were. And one of the guys just, put it very simply. He was like, we don't tell our children to just put hands on people when we have disagreement, you know? And he was like, yeah, he said the same thing I said. Like, he could have walked up there. He could have just got on the podium and be like, yo, don't disrespect my wife. She's going through X, Y, and Z. And I'm pretty sure Chris Rock was like, oh, my bad. He would have felt like crap. He would have felt like absolute crap. And that would have been more than enough. He would have apologized, and it would have been the end of that, you know? But, I don't know. This whole thing is just... It'll probably blow over in about like 2 weeks or whatever. We'll be talking about the next crazy thing that happened at the Oscars. But I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched the Oscars in years, so I don't even know it was even on. But I probably would have actually sat there and watched it if I knew all that was going on. Anyway, with that being said, let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. Do you think that Will Smith was in the right, or do you think that he was, out of line for what he did? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.